edge, but I did meet one or two of you earlier on coming around irritating you with card tricks whilst we were buying raffle tickets and things. But one of the things I do know when I come around and see people and do sort of close quarter magic is they'll often say to me, yes, this is all well and good, right? But can you teach us a trick that we can kind of go home, show the kids at Christmas, that kind of thing. So that's exactly what I'm going to do. Not the world's greatest trick, I couldn't teach to you in a couple of minutes, but you'll get the idea. But in order to do that, I need to give you a crash course in magical technique. So does anybody happen to have a piece of rope that I could borrow, about a metre long and white? To be honest, I never leave home without mine. Come in handy for all kinds of things. But in this instance, it allows me to teach you different kinds of magic. Because what do people often say when they find out you're a magician? They'll say, is what you do, is it really the quickness of the hand deceiving the eye? To which the honest answer is, it depends how fast I move and how closely you watch, doesn't it, really? But if I tie a knot in a piece of rope like that, then yes, that is the quickness of the hand deceiving the eye. Now, to be fair, I didn't tell you I was going to do that, and you didn't know to watch. So if I do it again, you can see what happens. But basically, it's not terribly difficult. It's the kind of thing any 8-year-old can do, with about 10 years of practice, probably. But basically, that's the idea. Where on the other hand, if I tie a knot the more normal way, where you cross the ends and pull on the ends and there's no knot, that's an illusion. I should tell you this is what I tend to do at home to entertain myself. After my wife's gone to bed, I stand in front of the mirror, and that's more of a therapy issue though, really, isn't it? I probably shouldn't be sharing that in a public venue, but there we go. But if I tie a knot the regular way, obviously that's not an illusion because you can see the knot. It wasn't quickness of the hand deceiving the eye because you saw me tie it. So doing it with that knot, say I want to slide it together in the rope, then you need a third technique, and that one is sleight of hand. Now I realise for the people at the back, it may not be so easy to see the knot on the rope there, so I have a second rope which should help clarify the picture. For anybody watching this in black and white, I should tell you this one is red. Now basically what we'll do, we'll twist these together, we get that candy cane sort of barber's pole look to it. There we go. Now it's much easier for you to follow what happens. If I slide the knot down now, you can see it comes to the other end of the rope much more easily. You also get the bonus in that it looks like it jumps onto the red rope. It's quite cool. Actually, that really would be kind of cool if you actually do that. The problem with this, unfortunately, as I'm sure you've figured out, is this is impossible. You can't have a white knot on a red rope. Comes off a completely different rope. Doesn't belong on the red rope at all. If you did want a white knot on a red rope, magicians have a technique for that. We usually call that super glue technique there. But basically, if this were actually the case, the problem would be that the white rope would now be about 4 centimetres shorter than it used to be. The red rope would be about 4 centimetres longer than it used to be, and there'd be a big chunk of white in the middle of the red rope, and that would, of course, be impossible.